Well, hey guys, today I'm doing a unboxing video. Never done one of these before, so bear with me. I went out this past week and bought a 14-inch oscillating spindle sander from Harbor Freight. And I know there's a lot of different opinions out there about Harbor Freight. Some people don't like their products. Some people actually like them. I'm one of those that actually like them. I mean, I have bought a smaller 1-inch sander from them and had it for now probably over a year now, and it's performed well, it's done well, I hadn't had any problems with it. So I've been wanting an oscillating sander for some time because these are good for, you know, sanding curved edges and that kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to unboxing this. I've got a project or two coming up that I'm going to be using it on, so join with me, let's get started. All right, here we go. The first thing I see is the owner's manual, and I'm going to probably put that aside for now, but I will come back and look at that and make sure I understand how to put everything together. Looks like they have set it in here upside down. So let's see if we can get this out without. Okay. All right. Looks like it's come with a protective oil coating that I'll need to wipe that off with a little bit of solvent or something to clean that off. And what else have we got inside? We've got all the sanding sleeves and the rubber holders that the sanding sleeves mount on. And we've also got these are the inserts that go over the spindle, and I'll show you that here in a minute. And then we also have, these are the spindle washers, and I believe these go on top of the spindles and kind of lock them down. So that's what those are. So basically, everything is put together. There's not really anything you have to assemble. You just have to pick a size sanding sleeve that you want and match it up with the right washer size, and also put the right insert in there. So let me move on, and I'll unpackage some of this stuff, and we'll try to set up one of these spindle sanders here in a minute. Okay, what you're looking at here, this is all the stuff that comes with the oscillating sander. Down here on this bottom roll, these are your inserts, and each insert matches up with a sanding sleeve. And then these sanding sleeves, of course, mount over the rubber sanding spindles here. And then each one of these has a corresponding size washer that compresses this rubber to hold the sanding sleeve in place. Notice that the smallest one down here, that one just fits on the shaft of the sander, so there's no rubber spindle that goes with it. Okay, quickly I want to show you a few things about the sander that I really like so far. First of all, notice all the parts have a place where you can store it. I don't know if you can see that, but you got a place for all your inserts here. You got a place for over here and over here for all the washers. You got a place to store all the sanding sleeves. So very convenient and a good way to keep things organized. Notice you got a safety switch here. You know, you can pull this off if you want to keep anybody from accidentally turning it on. You've got some holes down here if you wanted to mount this, I guess, to a bench top. I'm probably gonna, it's fairly light and easy to move around. So I'll probably keep it on my bench most of the time, but could move it around easily if I needed to. The body here is, you know, pretty strong plastic construction. The tabletop is really solid. So, so far I've been impressed with, you know, how this thing is put together, and looks pretty solid. So, all right, we're going to go through here an example, and we'll show you how to put one of these sleeves on. Okay, so what I've done is I have picked the 1-inch sanding sleeve, and what happens is these sanding sleeves here slip over the rubber, and you simply slide that over the shaft here. Pick the insert that goes with the 1-inch sanding sleeve. So this way you don't have any gaps right here, you know, between your sander. And then you, on top of that, you put the metal washer that matches up with the 1-inch sanding sleeve, and this little knob goes back on here, and this is what puts the compression down on the rubber as you tighten it. Now this thing screws on actually counter clockwise to tighten and clockwise to loosen. But it didn't really say in the book how tight you had to get it, so I'm just assuming you get it, you know, just fairly finger tight, and that compresses that rubber in there, expands and holds the sander in place. So let's turn it on and give it a whirl here. All right, one thing I noticed, it is a little bit loud. It's a little bit louder than I was expecting. But anyway, you notice how the direction it's turning, and this thing turns at about 1,725 RPMs, but it also oscillates. And the whole reason for having this is, you know, we're going to be sanding some edges, and having the oscillating action, you know, going up and down, that just helps you get a smoother sand on the edge of the wood that you're sanding. So that's kind of the purpose of think about a palm sander that, you know, oscillates, and it does the same thing, trying to eliminate scratches, you know, in your wood and get as smooth of a sand as you possibly can. And then one other thing I forgot to mention earlier, this thing does have a sanding port. If you can see that, it's got a sanding port right here, so you can attach your dust collector system or maybe a shop vac here, and it will suck the sawdust back through there, not create quite a mess. All right, I'm going to test this out on a scrap piece of wood. Notice this has got a little bit of a curve in it, so I'm going to give it a try here, see how this works. Okay, well, I think that works pretty well. I've done this. I put this on my drill press before with the drum sander, and you can, of course, do it that way if you got a drill press. But I do believe that after testing this out, it looks like the oscillating sander does a little bit better job. Looks like it gives a lot smoother, you know, sand on the edge. So. We'll give this a test. I'm going to try it on a few projects, and hopefully give you a future update and let you know how it's working out. So hey, thanks for joining me, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks.